Here comes an interesting example. The rate of hair loss of a man is proportional to how much older than 30 he is. If he is born with 20,000 hairs and has 200,000 hairs at the age of 30, when will he be bald? So now you are given the initial value. When he is born, when time equals 0, those are the number of hairs that this person has. And then when he is 30 years old, he has 200,000 hairs. These are the initial value. This equation is basically a description of what is happening. For the rate of the hair loss, here is the rate of the hair loss. Because it is hair loss, we have a negative slope in this case. It is proportional to how much older than 30 he is. The age difference compared to 30. So this is how they end up with this equation. We can now separate the variables and integrate both sides at the end. Let me bring the dx to the right hand side and move this constant term to the left hand side. Negative k dh equals x minus 30 dx. And as I integrate both sides, this constant term, I can simply remove it and integrate the dx. So basically, as I integrate dh, we will simply end with h. On the right hand side, 1/2 x squared minus 30x. And don't forget your constant term. So now here comes the initial value. When this person is born, when x equals 0, this person has 20,000 hairs. And using this, we have negative 20,000 k equals 1/2 0 squared minus 30 times 0 plus c. So it seems like we have, hang on, make a mistake. When I bring this to the other side, it should be 1 over k, and that should also be 1 over k then. Everything fixed. So now, 0, 0, we end up getting negative 20,000 over k equals c. We have two constant terms in this equation. That's okay because we have another condition. When x equals 30, we have 200,000 hairs. And that means with negative 200,000 times it by 1 over k equals 1/2 times 30 squared minus 30 times 30 plus c. And this time we have negative 200,000 over k equals this minus that. Use your calculator. That will give us negative 450 plus c. Two equations, two unknowns. You know what to do here. I have these two equations here, and I can solve this system of equation. And you should end up with k equals 400 and c equals negative 50. So here, if he is born with 20,000 hairs and has 200,000 hairs at the age of 30, when will he be born? At what age would he has no hair at all? So going back to this equation, with negative 1 over k times it by h equals 1/2 x squared minus 30x minus 50. If this person is now bald, that means h equals 0. Times it by negative 1 over 400 will still be 0. And here, 1/2 of x squared minus 30x minus 50, you have a quadratic equation. And we know how to solve a quadratic equation. You will end up with two answers, and you only want the positive answer. So in this case, we have 61.6 for the answer.